Now, the reason why I'm reading this article is because I feel like Jemele Hill is one of those people who takes these unnecessary takes just so she can go viral and so people can talk about her. Because Jemele Hill is the type of person, I believe I said this recently, Jemele Hill hasn't done anything for melanated people. But she gets on her social media soapbox and she wants to tell people how we are offended as a people. She literally is speaking for all black people. And she wants to do these unnecessary takes that makes her look weirder and weirder. She looks like an agent. And I don't use the agent word very much, but Jemele Hill seems like an agent. She seems like somebody that's in it to cause division, to basically be an agent of chaos. That's how Jemele Hill comes off. She comes off as a woman who's basically an agent of chaos. Because how do you go from sports to having these delusional, weird takes on things? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But this is the type of person that they are propping up in our society. They are propping up people like Jemele Hill who do nothing but try again to cause strife and division between people. And people like this should not be allowed to talk down to anybody. They should not be allowed to preach to anybody and tell them how they are being supremacists. Let's get into this article from Outkick, because they're one of the few people that I can actually view their take on this and then not really come from a place of trying to defend Jemele Hill, because they do try to defend Jemele Hill as much as possible. Now, it says Jemele Hill, like most of the country's prominent voices, only see skin color. In Hill's eyes, you are Caucasian or you're black, nothing else in the story. That's very interesting, because Jemele Hill, to me, seems like she does not have very many black friends. As a matter of fact, I believe I said this before, that Jemele Hill was on a reality show where she was on a yacht and it was her and a bunch of other Caucasian women. Okay. I don't think Jemele Hill knows. The only melanated people Jemele Hill is probably cool with are the people that she worked with at ESPN or certain other celebrities. But you will never see Jemele Hill in any type of black community. You just will not see her there. She's all talk and no action. And I'm sick and tired of these woke celebrities like her who do absolutely nothing for the people, getting on social media thinking that she speaks for us. You do not speak for us. And if I have to make videos like this to make it very clear, I will do that. Hill follows a playbook that reads simply, if you don't like what a Caucasian person does or says, then call them a discriminant. Naturally, that led Hill to Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat from West Virginia, who recently announced his opposition to Democrats' sweeping election reform bill. Hill was quite bothered by Manchin's decision, so she opted to call him names via keywords that trend on social media. And this is what she had to say. This is so on brand for this country. Record number of black voters show up to save this democracy, only for a Caucasian supremacy to be upheld by cowardly, power-hungry white dude. And this is at Joe Manchin is a clown. No, Jemele Hill, you are a clown. You're one of those bougie elitists who went off to a conference. Now, I gotta understand, she went to a Power 5 conference school. That's a football term. She went to a mostly Caucasian college. I believe she went to, I could be wrong, but I believe she went to the University of Michigan or Michigan State. She went to one of those. She didn't go to an HBCU. So we all know that she hasn't had this pro-black mindset for that long. This is a woman who's bitter that she got kicked to the curb by ESPN. And also because it's okay for these women to be woke. Let me tell you about women like Jemele Hill. Melanated women like Jemele Hill push this narrative of there being Caucasians who are trying to keep melanated people down. But they've never kept you down, Jemele Hill. As a matter of fact, you've gotten chance after chance after chance due to Caucasian people. You owe most of what the opportunities you have to Caucasian, not black people, Caucasian people. You know it. But it's easy to push this narrative against Caucasian people because they're easy targets. You're not going to get a lot of pushback. But Jemele Hill did get a lot of pushback from this, and that's why I'm making this video. And because I'm just annoyed that people like this are allowed to go out there and act like they speak for us. And what Jemele Hill didn't put in her tweet is that there were especially with black male voters who did not vote for this current administration. And people like her were upset about that. They went on rants about that. Jemele Hill is an agent of chaos. She does not care about this democracy. She does not care about the melanated community. She just cares about getting that Caucasian liberal money sent her way to do nothing but cause strife and division between people. I'm all about good people. I'm not about being divisive. I'm not all about going after people because they have a difference of opinion than me. I'm not one of these people. You see, she gets paid to do this. But does she feel that way deep down? No. You know why? Because she doesn't live in a majority black community. You don't see her in these communities doing community outreach. She's a keyboard pro-black or a keyboard pro-whack because she is whack for this stupid take that people are going in on her for. Now, you got the people that's going to like what she's saying because they are POSs as well. Got all that. Per Hill, Manchin is a supremacist and a clown and a white dude. In other words, Manchin is a white male who doesn't obey the rules. Damn him. By the way, why are people who are Caucasian and male frequently called white dudes? Now, can you imagine if one with a platform just nonchalantly called Hill a black woman instead of her name? So odd in telling how that works. Also, Hill claims that melanated people removed Trump from office. Trump made gains among black voters. Hill would be quite surprised by these results. Yes, he did, actually. He did. Anyway, for those interested in hearing Manchin's side, the senator explained his reasoning in the Charleston Gazette Mail, claiming the act pushed voting laws that ensured partisan divisions continue to be deepened. So even Democrats know that it's a problem to continue to push certain narratives. And it is. But Jemele Hill, who's supposed to be educated, this is supposed to be an educated woman, but has uneducated takes. Because let's be real, if it wasn't for affirmative action, women like her would not get the opportunities that they have. But I think she also understands that, again, going after Caucasian people is easy. It's easy. You're not going to get a lot of pushback. You know, it's going to fit the woke narrative. But to me, this is a dumb take from somebody who's not very intelligent. They really don't. And they don't understand the way politics work. They just push this narrative. That's why I told y'all it's open season on these woke liberals, even from their own. And every opportunity we have to push back on this narrative, especially with these melanated women who want to talk about how bad this system is, but they the ones who benefit from it more than anybody. And they're taking these dumb takes. It's ridiculous. Congressional action on voting rights legislation must be the result of both Democrats and Republicans coming together, finding a pathway forward, or we risk further dividing and destroying the republic we swore to protect and defend as elected officials, Manchin wrote, adding more than 800-page bill has garnered zero Republican support. Seems that there is more behind Manchin's reasoning than some type of conspiracy. Manchin is a Democrat who doesn't align with his party's direction on many issues. Some call him a Caucasian dude. Others may say he's the Democrats' Mitt Romney, who similarly didn't support his party's recent evolution. Tough when you put it like that. Jemele Hill and Democrats cite diversity as the motive for their social activism. In reality, their motive is to eliminate diversity of thought. Manchin thinks differently, thus he's an in-house threat. These are the weapons of the liberal. Women like this, you can't trust women like this at all. They are the enemies of decent, hardworking people that don't want the government in their business. They get out there and they're basically just black faces. And this isn't me just going at black, when this is me going at this particular person, because this particular person does nothing but cause mischief and havoc, and it needs to be called out. Because if you don't call it out, it's gonna become a problem. People like Jemele Hill don't speak for me or anybody else. She is a tool and a weapon. She's basically there to be used. That's what she gets paid for. She goes from ESPN to The Atlantic. Then she has this goofy podcast with Carrie Champion, who's another person who's a useful idiot. And these people claim to be educated. Educated in what? Educated in causing strife and division between people? Listen, I'm all about good people. I can call out hypocrisies and BS on both sides. But to me, somebody like this should not be speaking for us. I'm sorry. They should not be.